Hey everyone, so it's been a little bit since I made my last video. It's just with the holidays, you get busy. I'm actually spending some time at my girlfriend's place right now, so super excited to be here for Christmas. And at that, Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates, and Happy Wednesday to everyone who does not celebrate. So for this Christmas, I decided to gift myself 100 pulls for Mercer, because that way I would get one Mercer guaranteed and hopefully get at least one other one on my way. Now, as you see from these last two matches, Mercer has created a ton of RNG. All of my attack tunes have stun resist mods, but there's always a couple tunes that are still getting stunned. And whenever a tune gets stunned, it kind of ruins my flow of play, because all of a sudden, instead of having the same consistent strategy, I lose a key piece on my attack. And losing out on even one tune on my attack severely cripples my attack. So I found that whenever I came across Mercer leads in war, I struggled quite a bit. There was just a lot of pieces that were out of my control. I could not consistently predict which tune would end up stunned on the first turn, nor could I bring in a tune that had an active stun recovery and guarantee that they would be able to use it, like Camilla, for instance, on turn 2. Because I don't know if she would have been stunned or not. So Mercer is a 5-star. All tough and strong teammates get a large bonus to AP when taking damage. At the beginning of each wave, up to 2 enemies get stunned for 1 turn. His rush, only 45 AP. Deal 400% damage up to 2 enemies. Those enemies get stunned for 2 turns. And when he's on defense and he rushes, he gets plus 50% bonus HP. As a 6-star, his rush goes up to 66 AP, which is still quite fast. He deals more damage on his rush, and an additional attacker is stunned. His active skill is very useful in my opinion, elusive and recover. So he gets elusive for 2 turns, and then all teammates recover from bleed, burn, and maim, which as a turn 2 is pretty useful, but it would be more useful as a turn 1. But I believe his S-class does have a turn 1 active skill that does that. So the reason why I like that is because of Rolito leads, for instance. His weapon can stun the attacker when being attacked. He has a great chance of doing this for 2 turns. It's a plus 30% attack weapon and a medium bonus to AP when attacking. So it's a pretty interesting weapon in my opinion, because it has attack on it, although it's more of a defensive weapon by having the stun weapon on him. Now, as an S-class tune, his leadership skill becomes a huge bonus to AP when taking damage, and at the beginning of each wave, up to 5 enemies get stunned for 1 turn, which is super effective in raids and war, for example. His rush is still 66 AP, 800% damage up to 3 enemies. Those enemies get stunned for 2 turns, and then when he's on defense, he gains plus 75% bonus HP. So I think he is a really, really good tune, and I was very jealous of the people who had him as an S-class this past war already. So he's kind of like one of those must-have tunes that I just have to try and get. So I started to complete a bunch of different tapjoy offers in order to get the coins that I needed to make 100 pulls. Now, unfortunately, my first 40 pull that I did, I ended up messing up the video somehow, and I didn't end up getting the video of the first 40 pulls. But to sum it up, nothing really interesting happened. I got 2 ascendables, Romanoff, the red one, who I think needs a huge buff to be even remotely close to other 6-star tunes, and I ended up getting Command Maggie as well. And I will leave her as a 5-star. I already have one as a 6-star tune, but I will use her a lot more in the 5-star arena, because when I did ascend her to become a 6-star, I didn't have a secondary one as a 5-star, and I think she's a great command tune to have if you want to have a turn 1 rushing team. So as you see, I have enough coins to make a 40 pull, and then 2 10 pulls as well. Right now, I only have 930 cards, but I got that off of 140 pull, which is pretty good, I think. So I like that I'm almost halfway there to at least 1 5-star, and 1/6 of the way there to a S-class for the 6,000 cards I'd need to turn in after. So now pulling 96 cards, I think that's pretty high. 4-star. 5-star Brian, I'm going to leave him as a 5-star or fodder him. I haven't really used him at all as a 6-star. 5-star Epic Sandy. I think she's a decapitation toon with the bound weapon, I believe. And some more Mercer cards, 79 of them. 4-star, 4-star. Some more cards. 5-star Bruce, Abby, Sherry, Jesus. More cards. More cards is great. I would also like the toon. That would make me super, super excited. I'm not sure how many pulls were in. That 5-star Tyrese with bound weapons. I think he would have been a cool 6-star to have, actually, because of his, I think it's like plus 25% attack for the first 3 waves. So that normal addition, but still it's bound on his weapon, which is kind of cool. Another 4-star, 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 4-star. Come on, some more 5-stars. I just want Mercer. I want Mercer. Like, I cannot wait to at least get one of them and hopefully have enough for a second one. So yeah, just Brian off of that. Couple 3 5-stars actually, and some more cards. So here comes a 10 pull now. I need to do 20 pulls more in order to guarantee myself a Mercer. I did a ton of Tapjoy offers to do this, and I'm just really happy that I had an Android phone that I could use in order to achieve this. It's annoying that iOS and Apple and Tapjoy just don't work together anymore. And there's my Mercer. Okay, so now for sure I have 2 Mercers, and with these 2 Mercers, it means I'm over halfway there, in my opinion, to getting an S-Class version, because I know I have at least 1,000 cards at the moment, and each Mercer is worth 2,000 cards each, so 4,000, 5,000, and it costs like 6,000 or whatever cards after in order to get the S-Class version once you max out the Mercers to their max level as a 6-star. So I'm very excited for this. I'm very happy. 2 Mercers, even as a 6-star, I think I might be able to run him somehow, some way, not exactly sure. Even for attack, I'm kind of interested to see if I could work him in, just because of that lead skill. I think it's still like stun 2 at the beginning of a match for 1 turn. So even creating that RNG might be kind of useful and interesting. I am going to have to save a ton of gear in order to level them both, max them both, and then get even more S-Class cards when I want to get him as an S-Class toon. So I have almost 2,000 cards, so that's part of a way there, at least. So 2,000 of a 6,000, 4,000 cards left. It would have cost me 10,000 cards total if I didn't have, or I wasn't able to pull the 2 Mercers, so I think I did pretty good. And from 100 pulls, these are the 5 ascendables that I ended up getting from it. The 2 Mercers were the best things I could have gotten. Maggie, I'm going to use for sure as a 5-star, and the other 2 are probably just fodder. And now here's just kind of some ideas that I have circulating in my head on different toons that could fit in with a Mercer lead. I definitely want to move up from these 6-star toons in my defensive team, because more people are getting S-Class toons, obviously. But for now, these are kind of the toons that I'm set with and that I have. So having James in there would obviously be useful. That huge bonus to AP when taking damage would actually be a lot more useful than you might initially think, just because being an S-Class toon, he can survive quite a bit more than others, and he can still apply a lot of attack and damage to the opponent. So if Mercer's able to stun some opponents, James might have an opportunity to live on the first turn. Obviously, having Coles in the team can be useful just because of their active taunt ability and their taunt rush, which also lowers the opponent's attack. Joshua is actually a great toon, in my opinion. Hold the Line is useful. His rush lowers the opponent's attack. It's something like minus 60% for 3 turns, or something ridiculous like that. Leopold as an S-Class toon eventually would also be very good in this position. Her rush can impair as well as daze. Her active skill can exhaust the opponent. She's just a great control toon to have. So if there was a way for me to ensure that she actually rushed earlier than the 85 AP kind of makes you think, which would be by turn 3 with a command toon, just because of 85 being quite high, and the maximum amount of AP that you're really going to get a turn would be 30 for sure, because if the opponent didn't attack her, well, she wouldn't be getting the huge bonus to AP when being attacked bonus. Douglas I like because he's a guardian toon. The leaked images of Frost and Marlin and Rosie are strong and tough toons, and people have been talking and saying that they could be the next gold brick characters, and if they are, either of those ones would fit in nicely with this type of team, especially already being an S-Class toon, and I've saved quite a few gold bricks in anticipation for the next toon to come out. Magna here would actually not be a good decision because a huge bonus to AP when taking damage. I don't really want her to rush. Mr. Jones would be interesting, but I do run him on attack, so I wouldn't want to use him, although his confounding would be useful. Xander is a great decision in my opinion as well, because a command toon would be very helpful in a team like this. His special weapon gives him a chance to gain plus 20% AP when taking damage as well. Now, the point of this is that I have a lot of different options. There are lots of different toons that can fit in behind Mercer, and I'm excited to try them all out and show you in time. Thanks again everyone for watching and listening to my video.